Hello and welcome back to my channel where you'll find all things cleaning, organizing, and lifestyle. Today's video is another Dyson video, but this one is all about how I clean my Dyson, specifically the V12 model. If you are interested in this model or want to know a little bit more about it, I have another video that kind of details all the attachments and how it works. But this video is going to be how I take the vacuum apart to clean it and basically just maintain it so that it obviously runs smoothly. It's definitely an investment piece that I was nervous to take apart at first, but it's not that intimidating. So I will show you what I do. Let's get into it. To start, I just take off all the removable attachments. I just look for these little red buttons and make sure to pull off all the pieces that can come off. Dyson makes it so easy with these little red buttons. And then on the V12, I just pull this lever down. This is the roller attachment for the V12. I pull this lever down and pull the roller out, and I just use a damp microfiber cloth to clean this, make sure I have any dirt or hair off of it, and I do let it fully dry before sliding it back into the part, but when it's ready, I just click it back into place like this. As for these smaller attachments, I don't believe that there's a way to take these apart any further than just taking them off the vacuum. So I just wipe these down with a damp microfiber cloth. I make sure to get the insides of the attachments and also this little piece right here where the attachment attaches to the vacuum. You'll see it on this other piece as well. That usually collects a lot of dust for me. So I make sure to just wipe that down and make sure that all the insides are free of dust and hair and debris. Same goes for this brush attachment. Sometimes if I need to rinse this, I will, but usually just giving it a good wipe down does the trick. Moving on now to the vacuum itself, I take off the bin and the filter. First, starting with the bin, I'm just going to pull on this little red lever here to pull open the bin as if I were emptying it normally. I make sure to obviously get all the debris out of here, especially the hair that gets caught in these little places. I definitely don't want to get this bin wet with hair in it, so I pull all the hair out and make sure everything's empty. You can tap it against a garbage can, whatever's easiest. And then when it's empty, I just press down on this little button on the bottom here. You press down and pull up, and the bin slides right off. Super easy. And obviously with this being the bin that collects all the debris, I'm going to give this a little bit of a rinse down and wash in the sink. Then I move on to the filter. This part was confusing for me at first because I thought this was all one piece, but it is not. This purple piece itself is the filter. And so when I want to take it off, I just go ahead and twist to the left and then gently wiggle it out. It's kind of tough to do at first, but you just kind of give it a gentle pull and it'll come right out. I, of course, do it with caution because I don't want to damage anything. But you can see mine is still pretty clean, but I do try to clean this often because it's an important part of the vacuum. I do have to give a little praise to Dyson in this piece in showing you this is my main attachment that I use to clean my floors. And in my other vacuums, this was a nightmare to keep clean and free of hair. But with this anti-tangle screw attachment, I swear I barely have any debris or hair in here ever. It's super, super easy to clean because there's barely anything there. This, for reference, was after 3 months of consistent use. So overall, very impressive and easy to keep clean. Moving on to the actual cleaning, starting with the filter, because this is more of like a delicate filter fabric, I try to be super gentle when I'm cleaning this. I just give it a gentle rinse under the sink. I'm not trying to really scrub this, and personally I don't think mine, at least, it doesn't really need it. So I just give a thorough rinse, make sure to get all the sides, and if I feel like it is more on the dirty side, I'll just cup it in my hand like this, let the water fill up inside, cup it with my other hand, and then I just give it a little thorough shake to knock loose any debris and really just clean out the inside of the filters. And then I, of course, dump it out and let it air dry. And then I go to wash out the bin. Usually just wiping this down with a microfiber cloth is fine for me, but I did want to do a little bit more of a thorough cleaning today. So I, again, just gave this a rinse. I personally don't use soap on mine. I just use warm, fresh water, obviously, to clean them out. And then I took a paper towel and just made sure to clean out all the crevices. And again, shake it out very well to let it air dry. The same goes for the rest of the pieces. I really just wipe them down the best that I can. If I feel like they need a rinse, great. But again, the wipe down for me is typically all my vacuum needs, just to make sure that we're getting off any extra debris and keeping all the pieces nice and clean. The last thing I do want to note is about the drying process, especially for this filter. As you can see, there is a lot of fabric on this filter. Dyson recommends over 24 hours of air drying time. I honestly like to do more than that out of an abundance of caution because I just don't want to take any chances with my favorite vacuum. So I typically do about at least 30 hours just to be sure that it is completely dry before I put the vacuum back together. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have both this vacuum and the video detailing more about the V12 linked below.